We're talking about old crank telephones, and John just quoted that he, at his house, they had 21 people on their telephone line, and listening in seemed to be a big entertaining factor with a phone.
I don't remember the lady's last name, although I was told it. She lived here in the village, and she listened in to every conversation, and she had a grandfather's clock that ticked. You could hear it in the background. I had two uncles, Ross and Carlisle Green. They lived on the Gaffney farm, and one of them, I don't know which one, was coming to town, so they hatched up a scheme. When they got to town, the one that was in town called home and said, "You won't believe the news I just heard. Mrs. Smith is pregnant." And she was so upset, she spoke right in and says, "I am not."
The old-time telephones.
The old-time telephones.
The news got around.
Goldie Place, Mrs. Giles' place, sat on a high stool in front of the wall-mounted wooden phone and listened to every call that was made on that 21-party line. But you knew she was listening, and you never said anything that you shouldn't have.
That's good advice today.
And in those days, you couldn't just visit. You called and stated your business, and you hung up, because someone else was always waiting for the line. You never just stood there like we do today and visit for an hour. When Paul Casey started Heinsberg Sand and Gravel, he had a party line, and he could not get a private line. They would not give him one at that time. They couldn't give him one. They didn't have the capabilities of one. And he would go to use the telephone, and someone would be visiting.
Times change.
Times have changed.